Amazon for China, and the guy who created that, he started like talking against the Chinese government, and then he's just been silent for like the past 3 years.
I think things like that happen in the United States too, though. You remember that guy who came out with a water-powered motor or whatever?
What? No?
Exactly.
Welcome back to the Riff Podcast. We are talking about saving the world. All right. How are we going to save the world, Parker? Because right now we're in a trajectory complete and utter failure. Okay? Because the United States is the world global superpower. Okay?
What? I can't act. We just did this, and this guy messed up the camera, so we had to restart, all right? So,
He did.
So to clarify why I'm laughing.
We already said this.
we were about 30 seconds in and we restarted.
The
so.
world global superpower, though, okay? And, right, you have China behind them. You have other companies, even India, like the BRICS. Have you heard of the BRICS?
Like what you build a house with?
Yeah. Okay. No. The BRICS is something Russia, India, Brazil. Brazil, Russia, India, a few other countries. It's the BRICS countries. They're trying.
You seem qualified to talk about it. So.
I know. Okay, I don't know the literal countries that are in the BRICS, but it's an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China. There's a K.
Guatemala.
Kuala Lumpur. No, I'm just kidding. It's in Malaysia. I don't know what the K is. But anyways, they're building like this strategic alliance. Okay, it's like NAFTA. Have you heard of that? North American Free Trade.
Yeah.
Right. It's the same thing.
Is this like public knowledge, or just like some conspiracy you heard?
No, it's public.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're all in cahoots. And so they're all together, and I mean it's the same thing as like the European Union, the EU.
Yeah.
They do that, and it's like free trade and stuff amongst them, and they have different advantages for being in there. I think they all like are trying to use the same, they're not going to use the same currency, but I don't know. They're on the come up, right? They're all working together. Those countries, Russia, India, and China, joining forces. It's a lot of power.
India's got tigers and stuff over there. Sketch.
They got people.
I don't want no tigers.
Dude, India, if we had an Indian channel, I don't know what they speak. Oh,
Indian?
really? I was about to say, dude. They don't speak it. I don't know what they speak.
I think they speak a lot of different languages.
Okay.
Actually, I know they do. Yeah, they have like different languages
Really?
there. Yeah.
Well, if we spoke those languages, we'd probably be popping right now,
Yeah.
right? Because there's so many people that you just get like a ton of views and
That's what
stuff.
T-Series is, isn't it?
Yeah, T-Series Indian, yeah. And so, so basically what I'm saying is United States, there's other countries catching them, right? And where we're going right now, what we're on path for is complete and utter failure. And I don't know if it's the United States' fault, if it's the people that live there, or like if it's the government, is it the people? Why are we heading in this direction? Or is it the global elitist, right? Which is like,
I mean, I think really no matter what, the world's gonna go to like you're gonna agree with me, but I don't really want to get into all that stuff again. But for religious reasons, like it's in that things are gonna start happening,
yeah,
and then that's when he's gonna come back.
yeah.
So, I
Book
mean,
of Revelations.
yeah. So like, eventually something's gonna
True,
happen.
very true.
We don't have to get into all that again, but like,
Yeah, no, very true. I mean, yeah, you can go. I mean, it will inevitably come to that point because in the end, humans are.
that's because
Humans.
things are getting crazy. But I think they're always getting crazy. Like.
Yeah,
Like whenever our grandparents were kids, I'm sure their parents were like, things are getting crazy.
Okay.
Like, have you ever seen the video of whenever they first made drinking and driving illegal? There's like videos of they're like interviewing, they're like these hick people from the South. I don't know where they're from. And they're like, yeah, now after I get off work, I can't just have a cold beer on the drive home. He's like, we're gonna be a communist country here pretty soon. Like they're saying like jokes like so to them things were changing. Like, oh, we're communists now because we can't drink and drive.
Yeah.
So like I think things are always gonna be like that. But even now, like with all like wars and everything, my mom's always like, just pay attention to what's going on. Like things are happening, which she's right.
Yeah,
But it could be 1,000 years from now, people are gonna be saying the same thing. So like,
that's facts. Inevitably, we all like change is hard, but then we adapt to change.
Yeah.
That's like us as human beings. You evolve, adapt to changes. Agreed. So is it supposed to be doomsday? Like, is it doomsday? Like, do we
it
just
could be
start
tomorrow.
preparing?
It could be 1,000
Do we
years.
start preparing? Or like, for instance, like people who perished during C-19, like that was doomsday.
Yeah.
And they're gone. And so they during like for everything that they knew. I mean, remember in the like at the start of that when in China there were like people in hazmat suits and they were just like running on the street and just like falling,
No.
just
yeah.
like dropping dead.
Yeah, I remember. I saw him talk about that on that podcast. But I remember seeing like the hazmats and them like legit like breaking into apartments, or like locking people in their apartments and stuff. And even then, I wasn't like crazy worried. 'Cause I'm like, no, it's just China. And things like that happen in China. Like,
I guess it's
like if someone came and locked us in our apartment now, I would be like, this is doomsday.
dude, I'll tell you what though, even that, like you said, that's just China, and like would that suck? Like experiencing that? Do you think that would suck?
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I would too. But I was asking a guy who's at a sushi Japanese, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I think it was
Pretty
some
sure it's,
Chinese restaurant, maybe. I don't know. He's at a bar. I was talking to him. He's Chinese. He came from China over here. And I was like, oh, which one? Like, he's like, but I'm going back. And I'm like, oh, why? And he's like, I like it better there. I'm like, what? I was like, do you have as much freedoms? He's like, I mean, I pretty much do the same thing here that I do there.
I mean, I'm sure it was certain places, like 'cause that's the media. Like we saw people getting locked in there because
Yeah.
that was the pretty much a scare tactic for us to show how serious it is. But I'm sure that happened in one or two like big. That'd be like the L.A. or not even L.A. like D.C.
New York.
here, New York, like
Yeah.
stuff like that happening, and then that's all they show on the news. They don't show the small towns where everyone's walking around without masks on,
Yeah.
doing what they want.
Chilling.
Because I mean, I've heard from a lot of people that China is way more progressed than we are, like
Yeah.
for everyday people. Like,
Yeah. And once again, it depends on like where it is and where you go. Because
Yeah.
some places we're gonna be way behind. Just like in America, some places are way behind
yeah,
than other places where you go. So I mean, it all depends. But that's what like I always thought. I just assumed that like America, freedom is better than Chinese communism and control. The guy was like, honestly, it's a lot better because you can just like you don't have to think. They just tell you what to do.
yeah,
Like, you don't pick your job. They're gonna say, you're gonna be the next Olympian.
yeah.
And then you go, and then he goes and does it. He's like, yeah, as a human, like you don't have to think. Someone just tells you what to do. It's a lot easier. I'm like, what?
See, I really don't know exactly how everything works over there, so I can't really say. But like, I feel like if I could be completely wrong, but I feel like if a kid's growing up, he can somewhat choose what he wants his profession to be, and like go into that. Like,
Well, I think it's changing. It's evolving. Like it
Yeah.
used to be strictly communism, which was do what you were told. Now it's like it's a hybrid form of capitalism, communism.
yeah,
To where like yes, they can choose under these certain things. Like Alibaba, have you heard of that?
No.
It's like the Amazon for China.
oh yeah,
And the guy who created that, like developed it, built it all up, but he started like talking against the Chinese government, and then he's just been silent for like the past 3 years. And I think there was like some like he all of a sudden just like disappeared for a few months, and then he came back and was like just changed his mind.
I think things like that happen in the United States too,
Ah.
though.
I think so
Do you
too.
remember that guy who came out with a water-powered motor or whatever?
What? No.
Exactly.
Water power.
It was like a hydrogen-powered, like he found out how to like power a car, like where it could drive off of water. I don't want to say too much, but he like ended up.
What do you know, buddy?
Yeah, he ended up like I'm pretty sure he ended up like dying, like one of the next like few days after he came out with a video on it, and
Poor guy.
it was just like all the stuff was just gone. Like, and I'm pretty sure he like wrote a note like if something happens to me, it wasn't me, and like I was like there's a lot of stuff like that. I mean, I don't
No,
think that's the China
I
thing.
think that happens, and you see guys like Andrew Tate, you see guys like Trump, like Alex Jones.
Yeah.
These guys who are in America, who are in the free country, but do not have freedoms,
Yeah.
right? Whereas in China, they're very open. Yeah, you don't have freedoms, like you're being controlled,
Yeah.
and they know that. So then it's like, oh, yeah, we're being controlled. We understand.
Yeah.
Cool, we'll adapt. Right? But in America, they say you have freedom. But you really don't.
Yeah.
And so then these guys, now their only like way to survive is become so popular and stay so relevant that they'll cause a revolution if they get eliminated. Right? Where that guy, there was no revolution because he wasn't big enough. He wasn't popular enough.
Yeah.
Tate, Jones, and Trump, I think, which is funny putting those three. One of them could be our next president.
Yeah.
Compared. But
Which I'd throw Rogan in there too.
and Rogan, Joe Rogan, yeah, exactly. And he's he's the same way where it's like those guys, they talk too much. They better just be so relevant that nobody can do anything to them.
Yeah, no, I think all of them are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Luckily.
not that they can't do anything to him, but there will be repercussions if something is done to
a
him.
revolution, exactly. Which you also like think that, but then look at Kennedy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if something were to happen to Tate, government's not gonna go up wearing an FBI shirt and shoot him.
So the crazy thing is what I saw today. And tell me if I'm being like actually crazy or if this is, if it's doomsday actually coming. But I was on X today. Okay, as I scroll X more recently. I don't scroll much of stuff, but now I like followed X and have been doing that a lot more. So there's this new movie called A24. You seen this?
No.
There's a trailer for it.
Florida Alliance. 19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The future president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to.
Right, so basically, it's about a civil war happening in the United States.
Yeah.
Civil war breaking out, right? There's a movie about this they're making.
Mm-hmm.
And trailer's coming out now. Election season's coming up. They're sending people over the border, letting them free. Depending on what country they're from, we don't know. It's just anyone's coming over the border. Those federal agents are talking to them, putting ideas in their head. They don't have anything. They're desperate. They want something. They just need something to live. And now we're getting like this desensitization to a civil war actually happening. Right? Is that like a coincidence? Or is that literal desensitization to like, oh yeah, remember in that movie like, last year there was a civil war that broke out.
I mean, there we go.
Dude, that is not a coincidence. There's no way. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I don't know about that one.
Dude, come on with it. I'm just saying.
I don't know. The movie thing.
Guys, by the way, if you're just listening on audio, our lights literally just turned red. I'm telling you. Like, literally right when I finished that sentence.
I just ignore those things. No. It's coincidence. But, like, the movie thing, would it be the same thing if The Purge just came out? Like, if you were seeing trailers for The Purge and it hadn't came out yet, would you be like, dude?
So when did The Purge come out?
No, a few years ago. Like, if it were to come out today, would you be like, dude, they're desensitized?
Was it election season? Remember that thing?
Even if it
when-
was, though, like, nothing happened Purge-wise.
No, not Purge, but remember it was like blue and red. And it was like the red, like the blue side was for the good guys and the red side. You remember? That it was
Yeah,
like
that was like one
literally-
of the later ones, I'm pretty sure. One of the later.
like during election season. And I guarantee that influencing people to vote one way or the other.
I mean, no, like, if somebody, I haven't seen the movie or seen the trailer or anything,
yeah.
but like, the motive behind the movie might be to persuade somebody to vote a certain way, but I don't think it's desensitizing us to prepare us for a civil war. Because, I mean,
But could it?
anything could. Like the Purge, like the Purge, I wouldn't say, oh, they're like if I watched the movie and all the, I don't remember how it worked, but if all the Republicans were like, no, we don't want to purge, and all the Democrats were like, oh, we're having a purge, we want to kill people, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah, there's probably Republicans behind that movie trying to push a good like message for the Republicans.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't think, oh, they're preparing us for a purge. Everyone's gonna be killing each other in the election season. Because I also I don't like to fear monger myself.
Agreed.
I think it's built into me. It's not I think oh, it could be happening, but I'm gonna act like it's not to not fear monger. Just in my head, there's no way that's a thing. Just gotta think automatically.
That's true. That's the same way how I feel about for instance, demons, right?
Yeah, I don't. I'd say I don't believe in demons and ghosts.
Yeah.
But I do believe in angels
Spirit.
and
yeah, good side.
yeah,
Believe in the good, not the bad.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I look for the good in everything, And if you look for the good, then you're gonna find the good. If you look for the bad, and that's all you're looking for, then you're gonna go find the bad.
Yeah.
So I agree. So should there be all this fear mongering and stuff? I would say not. Luckily, we have some people who are talking good, right? Like that Andrew Tate. Recently George Janko.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson with Alex Jones on there, Elon Musk, Joe Rogan has always been good. I don't know if he ever talks about anything bad. So it's cool to see all that stuff in this world where when you're on media, you get so much negativity that there are sources now of media positivity.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool to see. So hopefully we're a positive light in your life and not just fear mongering as well. If you like what you see, or if you like what you see, Parker with the beard, and, whatever. Then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're here every Monday and Friday. We'll continue to be. All right, forever, no matter what. Even if there's going to be a war going on, civil war, we're not divided. We are united. All right. We'll be here again on next time. Catch you next time. Peace.